Hello everyone, welcome to another film review. This time I have watched Vampire Virus. I said I would, and I did, because I watched Werewolf in England, which is a Dark Temple release, and I said that I would watch Vampire Virus, so I went ahead and watched it. And, well, that's an experience. It's on Amazon Prime, so it's easy enough to find. And right off the top, I shouldn't like this film. It's got no redeeming qualities, but I actually really enjoyed it. I actually did. I thought it was entertaining and a laugh. Right, but the reason I shouldn't enjoy it is the script, the dialogue is dreadful. It's just awful. No one speaks like that. The acting is stiff and wooden and artificial. It's like nobody behaves like that. The camera work was bad, the direction was bad, the editing was bad. It's just, everything about this film is just awful, but I really enjoyed it. It's obviously done on an extraordinarily cheap budget. It's set in America, but it's so obviously filmed in England. There's just, you see things all over the place which are English, like the locks on the doors are English, the kettles are English, the plug sockets are English, the lottery funded stickers in the doctor's surgery are English. Everything about it is English. It is reeks of English, and yet it's supposed to be set in America. And like the police force is made up of like 3 people. We do see a couple of SWAT guys later on in the film, but they're quickly dispatched. It is a terrible film, and no one should ever watch it, but you should, because it's brilliant and it's a laugh. I know I'm giving really contradictory statements here. On one hand I'm saying it's terrible, and on the other hand I'm saying I really enjoyed it. But if you watch it, I think you'll understand what I mean. It is an enjoyable film. I was watching it the whole way through, and I was entertained from start to finish. And at the end of the day, isn't that what you want from a film? You want to be entertained. Did it matter that the script was awful? Did it matter that the special effects and visual effects were awful? Did it matter that the acting was awful? It's an enjoyable film. So the premise is there's a virus that turns you into a vampire, and so you get all the strengths of the vampire and stuff. I know these vampires seem to be able to be killed by regular bullets, and sunlight doesn't seem to bother them. But other than that, you know, they're vampires. They, you know, they heal really quickly. They've got super strength. They like to drink blood and all that. So when you get bitten, there's many stories about vampires and how one vampire creates another vampire. In this particular story, you get bitten, you get given the virus, and then you have to drink blood, and then you get your full vampire-ish. But yeah, it's just so bad. It is such a terrible film, and I just really enjoyed it. The music I did like. I can't fault that. The music all the way through kind of had an 80s vibe to it, and I really enjoyed the music. I think the music really helped make the film. I think if you were to have taken the music out, the film would have been lacking so much. So they did a really good job on the music. I can't fault that at all. But everything else is just so terrible. I'm not going to say it's one of those films which are so bad that they're good, although it is so bad that it's good. I mean, it's never going to get like a cult following like The Room, which is truly shockingly bad, but yeah, people go to see it in the cinema every year. Well, when there's not a pandemic, they do anyway. But yeah, it is shockingly bad. It's shockingly awful, and it's shockingly entertaining. I mean, I watched it, I was laughing at the terrible jokes. The jokes are not funny, and yet I was laughing at the jokes. I was smiling. I mean, it's hella predictable, but what the hell? I mean, normally I say I don't like predictable films, and this is predictable from start to finish. And yeah, I enjoyed it. Some of the characters are like, what? There's a homeless guy, and it's like he's he's telling people the end of the world's coming. It's like, who's he talking to? There's no one there. There was a sex scene, and it did feel a little bit like a teenager's wet dream. As a lesbian sex scene, and yeah, I just thinking, yeah, this is like a guy's fantasy. This scene basically, but other than that, it's a laugh. The film is a laugh. And it's just terrible. The acting is horrendous, especially right off the beginning. It's just like, oh my god, this is just terrible acting. And then the whole way through, it's just like, no, they're not going to win any awards anytime soon. But yeah, I thought it was good. Alright, catch you later for my next film review, whatever that's going to be. I do have a list of actually serious films to watch. I made a list at the beginning of the year of serious films that I want to watch, and I ended up watching silly films like this, but it's just the way it goes. I mean, I'll watch whatever I want. Alright, I'll see you again soon. Bye!